When Jenny's husband calmly announced that after 11 years of marriage, he had filed for a divorce and was moving out, her first thought was for her children. Her son was just 5 and her daughter 4. She thought with herself, could I hold us together and give him a sense of family? Could I, as a single parent, maintain our home and teach them the ethics and values I knew they would need in life? All she knew was that she had to try. So every Sunday they attended church. During the week, she made the time to review their homework with them, and they often discussed why it was important to do the right things. This took time and energy when she had little to spare. And worse, it was hard to tell if it was really reaching them. One Mother's Day, 2 years after the divorce, as they walked into the church, she noticed carts of beautiful flowers in the little pots on either side of the altar. During the service, the pastor told them that he thought motherhood was one of the toughest jobs in life and deserved recognition and reward. He then asked every child to come forward to pick out a beautiful flower and present it to their mother as a symbol of how much they were loved and appreciated. Her son and daughter, hand in hand, went up the aisle with the other children. Together they considered which plant to bring back to her. They had certainly survived some hard times, and this little bit of appreciation was just what she needed. She looked at the beautiful begonias, the golden marigolds and purple pansies, and started planning where she could plant whichever one they chose for her. For surely they would bring her a beautiful bloom to show their love. Her children took their assignment seriously and looked over every pot and all the carts. Long after the other children had returned to their seats and presented the other mothers with a beautiful potted flower, her two were still making their selection. Finally, with a joyful exclamation, they made their selection from the back of one of the cars. With exuberant smiles lighting their faces, they proudly proceeded down the aisle to where she was seated and presented her with a plant they had chosen as their Mother's Day gift of appreciation. She stared in amazement at the broken, bedraggled, sickly-looking stick being held out to by her son. Mortified, she accepted the pot from him. They had obviously chosen the smallest, sickest plant. It didn't even have a bloom on it. Looking down at their smiling faces, she saw their pride in this choice, and knowing how long it took them to choose this particular plant, she smiled and accepted their gift. But then, she had to ask, out of all those beautiful flowers, what had made them pick this particular plant to give to her? With great pride, her son said, "This one looked like it needed you, Mom." As tears flowed down her face, she hugged both children close. They had just given her the greatest Mother's Day gift she could ever have imagined. Her hard work and sacrifices had not been in vain. They would grow up just fine. That was for today's story. Please leave a like, and if you wanted to hear more stories, please subscribe to Storytime channel.